The galaxy had seen many strange events across thousands of years, but nothing felt as heavy as the silence coming from Earth. Humanity, a young but fast-growing species, had always been active on the galactic network. Their ships, their colonies, their trade routes, everything used to shine with life and movement. Humans were known for being friendly, curious, and patient. They argued sometimes, they complained sometimes, but they always came back with calm minds and warm hearts. But now, for the first time in history, humanity was completely quiet. No messages, no signals, no routine reports, no warnings, nothing. At first, most species thought it was a simple communication failure. Earth was famous for having old satellites, busy networks, and chaotic systems. Maybe something broke again, like always. But as hours turned into days, and days turned into weeks, the silence began to feel wrong. Too wrong. The Galactic Council called an emergency meeting. Representatives from 20 species sat inside the Great Chamber, staring at the dark hologram of the solar system. The hologram showed no light, no activity, only a cold emptiness where Earth used to glow with thousands of signals. They are hiding something, one ambassador whispered. Or something happened to them. Another replied with fear. But most of the room carried a different worry, a memory they never spoke of. For years, many species had mistreated humans, taking advantage of their patience. Some broke promises, some made unfair laws, some stole human colonies, and humans always responded with calm negotiation. Humans forgave too easily. Until now, the Council sent a scout ship to the solar system. It was a small vessel piloted by Captain Erix, a cautious and experienced officer who had worked with humans many times. He remembered humans as cheerful, social, and full of strange jokes. But as his ship approached Earth, he felt something heavy pressing against his chest, a quiet fear he could not explain. When the scout crossed the edge of the solar system, the ship's sensors went wild. Massive energy readings, unknown structures, colossal heat signatures. Are these human ships? His co-pilot asked with shaking hands. They must be, Erix whispered. As they moved closer, the truth became clear. A ring of gigantic warships surrounded Earth, not 1 or 2 hundreds. Each ship was kilometers long, silent and dark, with only faint blue lines glowing across their hulls. They were not firing weapons, they were not moving, they were simply waiting for something. The scout ship slowed down. The crew stared at the giant fleet with fear. These were not normal human ships. These were not exploration vessels or cargo carriers. These were war machines, powerful, ancient, and terrifying. And none of the Council had ever seen them before. Erix recorded everything and sent the data back to the Council. But then the ship's screen suddenly flickered. A message appeared in bright red letters. Unauthorized access. Leave the solar system at once. The voice was human, but cold, emotionless, unrecognizable. Erix swallowed hard. This is not the humanity we know, he said softly. Before he could speak again, something even more terrifying happened. One of the giant human ships turned toward the scout vessel. Its engines lit up with a deep blue fire. The ship did not attack, it only moved closer, slowly, like a giant waking from a long sleep. Erix felt his body tremble. This is not defense, he whispered. This is a warning. The crew escaped as fast as they could, their hearts pounding. Behind them, Earth remained silent, surrounded by a sleeping army, an army built by the same species everyone thought was weak and patient. Now, the entire galaxy began to understand a painful truth. Humanity was not quiet because they were afraid. Humanity was quiet because their patience had finally run out. The moment Captain Erix returned from the solar system, the Galactic Council fell into chaos. Leaders shouted over each other, demanding answers, blaming each other, and trying to understand how humanity had built such a massive fleet without anyone noticing. They were peaceful, they were harmless, they were patient, they were watching. Someone whispered. For years, many species had treated humans like background noise, useful, friendly, and harmless. But now, every insult suddenly felt heavy. Every broken treaty felt sharp. Every unfair law felt dangerous. The Council replayed Erix's footage again and again. The giant human warships, the silent blue lights, the emotionless warning message, everything pointed to one terrifying truth. Humanity was preparing for something. The biggest question was why now? Why did their patience finally end? A new report arrived from the outer colonies. A small alien research ship had managed to slip past abandoned human checkpoints and land on one of Earth's oldest colonies, New Carthage. The colony looked empty. No humans walked the streets. No lights were on. The whole city was silent, like time had stopped. But inside the main government building, the research team found something strange. A huge digital archive, still running, still active. It was human-made. The alien scientists turned it on. Lines of data rushed across the screen. Videos, messages, history logs. Every entry showed moments of betrayal from different species, unfair taxes, stolen resources, forced surrender, broken promises, and crimes nobody ever apologized for. Some were small insults, some were cruel actions, some were deadly mistakes, and beside each entry was the same human response: "We forgive." But as the scientists scrolled down, the tone slowly changed. Human replies became shorter, colder, more tired. Then they reached the bottom. There was one final line written in simple English: "Forgiveness reached its limit." The scientists stepped back in fear. This archive was not made out of anger. It was made out of patience. Thousands of years of patience, and it was clear that humans had been keeping track, quietly, silently, without telling anyone. The research team sent this information back to the council, and the reactions spread like wildfire. Some species panicked. Some began evacuating border systems. Some started preparing their own fleets. But a few dangerous leaders made a huge mistake. They believed humans were bluffing. "They think we will fear them." The Vraken warlord growled. "We will show them real power." He ordered his ships to move toward human space. It was a foolish decision, but pride made him blind. Meanwhile, inside the human megastructure orbiting Mars, the human high command watched everything quietly. The commanders stood around a glowing blue table that showed the whole galaxy. Red dots marked every species that had hurt humanity in the past. Yellow dots marked neutral groups. Green dots marked the few who showed kindness. No one spoke loudly. No one shouted. The humans looked calm to calm. Commander Elaine Stone, leader of the Solar Fleet, finally broke the silence. "They think we are still the same," she said softly. "Still patient, still gentle." Admiral Juno Cole nodded. "We warned them for generations. They did not listen." Across every human ship in the solar system, engines hummed, weapons powered up. Ancient systems that had slept for centuries opened their eyes again. A single human message appeared on every frequency across the galaxy. Short, cold, impossible to misunderstand. Patience exhausted. Fear hit every species like a storm, because finally, everyone understood what was coming. The moment the message "patience exhausted" spread across the galaxy, every sensor, every radar, and every listening post turned toward human space. The galaxy waited in fear, hoping humanity would stay silent, hoping humanity would calm down again like before. But this time, humanity did not calm down. Something enormous began to move in the solar system. Inside the orbit of Mars, a massive structure called the Aegis Ring slowly lit up. It was an ancient human project rumored for centuries but never confirmed. Most believed it was only a myth, a dream of old human engineers. But the truth was far more terrifying. The ring was real, and it was waking up. Blue light spread across its curved surface, like veins glowing under skin. Engines rotated, weapon platforms unfolded. Thousands of drones poured out like metal birds, leaving a nest. Every drone had one order: synchronize the fleet. Human warships, which had been silent for months, suddenly powered up. Their engines glowed like tiny suns. Their shields shimmered with white light. Their hulls hummed with old technology that no alien species had ever seen before. The galaxy thought humans were weak because they shared everything except one thing: their deepest secrets. Now, those secrets were rising from their sleep in the command chamber of the Solar Fleet. Commander Elaine Stone watched the awakening with calm eyes. She did not look angry. She did not look emotional. She looked like someone who had carried a heavy weight for a long time. "Status?" she asked. "Megaship Leviathan is online," an officer answered. "Titan-class dreadnoughts are powering up. Orbital cannons are fully charged. All colonies have locked down and are ready." Admiral Juno Cole stepped beside her. "How many ships respond to the call?" he asked quietly. A digital map appeared above them. Dots began lighting up: hundreds, then thousands. "Almost the entire fleet," the officer said. "Every veteran ship, every hidden reserve, every colony that was mistreated has sent volunteers." Commander Stone nodded. "Good, they have waited long enough." The galaxy watched as the human fleet began to form a massive shape, a formation so large and perfect that it shocked even the oldest alien strategists. Human ships lined up in 3 rings, creating a powerful sphere of metal and light. But they did not leave the solar system. Not yet. Something else was about to awaken. Near Jupiter, a dark metal shape rose from the storms inside the gas giant. No one had ever seen it before. It was a fortress the size of a moon, a human superstructure hidden for centuries under crushing pressure and swirling clouds. When it broke through the atmosphere, lightning flashed around it. The fortress opened like a giant flower made of steel. Inside were weapons larger than alien cities. Aliens watching this on their screens felt their hearts stop. How long have they been building this? A frightened ambassador asked. The answer came quickly. Someone had found old human logs. They started building after the first betrayal. They continued after every insult. They upgraded after every broken treaty. And they waited, and waited, and waited. Until finally, the waiting ended. The fortress activated its engines. The glow turned the darkness of space into bright daylight. Every human ship adjusted its position automatically, forming a shape no alien had ever seen, a formation built not for defense, but for domination. Then Earth finally broke its silence. A single transmission echoed across every system, reaching every empire, every ruler, every citizen who had ever doubted the strength of humanity. The voice was human, calm, steady, merciless. Stand down, or stand aside. Across the galaxy, leaders froze. Some surrendered instantly. Some began evacuating. Some foolish ones prepared for war. Inside the human flagship, Admiral Cole whispered, "They had centuries to treat us with respect. They chose not to." The engines of the human fleet roared like awakening gods. Humanity had risen, and nothing would be the same again. Across the galaxy, the moment humanity broadcasted the message "stand down" or "stand aside," everything changed. Empires froze. Armies paused. Fleets hesitated in deep space. For generations, humans had been the peaceful ones, the diplomats, the negotiators, the quiet problem solvers. But now, when the galaxy looked at the massive human fleet rising from the solar system, they realized something they had never understood before. Humanity had never been weak. Humanity had simply been patient, and that patience was gone. The Galactic Council held a second emergency meeting. The chamber was filled with fear, confusion, and anger. Leaders spoke so loudly that their voices echoed across the entire room. Humans are preparing for war. They will destroy us. We must strike first. We should apologize now. Arguments exploded like fire, but no one had a real solution. No one knew what humanity truly wanted. Meanwhile, the Vracan Empire, proud, violent and foolish, refused to surrender. Their warlord, General Raka, laughed when he saw the human message. "They threaten us," he growled. "They forget who controls this galaxy. Prepare my fleet. We will crush their little rebellion." His officers bowed, though many of them trembled. They had seen the footage, they had seen the massive human ships, but Raka's pride was stronger than his fear. He ordered 50 warships to move toward the border of human space. It was the biggest mistake of his life. When the Vracan fleet arrived, they found silence, empty space, no human ships, no defenses, no sound. Their scanners showed nothing. Then, without warning, the stars around them flickered like something huge had blocked the light. A shadow appeared above them, a human dreadnought, 10 times larger than their biggest warship, uncloaked itself. Its hull glowed with cold blue lights. Its weapons hummed softly, like a predator preparing to strike. The Vracan captain shouted, "Raise shields, prepare," but he never finished the sentence, because humanity did something no one expected. They did not fire. They did not destroy. They did not kill. They simply disabled all 50 ships in less than 3 seconds. Every engine shut down. Every weapon powered off. Every shield collapsed. A calm human voice filled the Vracan ships. "We do not seek blood, but we will not tolerate aggression." The Vracan fleet floated helplessly, unable to move. In the council chamber, everyone watched the footage with wide, terrified eyes. They defeated them, without firing a single shot, one ambassador said. "What technology is this?" Another whispered, "How long have humans had this power?" No one had an answer. In the solar system, Commander Elaine Stone watched the reports with a steady expression. "They forced our hand," she said. "We warned them for centuries." Admiral Juno Cole stood beside her. "What is the council doing?" he asked, trying to negotiate. Stone replied, "But we are not negotiating anymore." The humans sent another message, one that shook the entire galaxy. "From this moment, no species may harm, steal from, or betray another. We are ending your old system. Justice comes now." The message was not angry. It was cold. It was final. Some empires surrendered instantly. Others begged for peace. A few isolated warlords tried to prepare their fleets, but fear filled their crews. No one wanted to fight humans now, because the truth was clear. Humanity did not want to rule the galaxy. Humanity did not want revenge. Humanity wanted something far more terrifying: balance, order, justice. And for the first time in thousands of years, the galaxy realized humans were not rising out of rage. Humans were rising because they had been pushed too far, and when their patience broke, so did the old galaxy. When humanity delivered the message, "Justice comes now," the entire galaxy fell into a deep silence. Every ruler, every soldier, every citizen felt the weight of those words. For centuries, species had lived with corruption, fear, and unfair power. Some empires grew strong by bullying weaker ones. Some leaders stayed rich by stealing from others. Some armies survived by attacking peaceful worlds. But now, everything was changing, not because the council ordered it, not because an empire demanded it, but because humanity finally said enough. Across the galaxy, human fleets moved with calm precision. They did not conquer planets. They did not burn cities. They did not punish civilians. Wherever their ships arrived, they followed the same rule: disarm the powerful, protect the weak, stop the cruelty. On one world, human medics landed to help a species the council had ignored for years. On another world, they shut down illegal slave markets protected by old empires. In deep space, they intercepted warlords who used to raid peaceful colonies. Everywhere they went, their message was the same: no more fear, no more theft, no more lies. For the first time in history, the galaxy began to feel something new: safety. But not everyone accepted this new order. A small group of powerful leaders gathered in secret. They believed humanity was trying to control everything. They believed humans wanted to become new rulers of the galaxy. They pretend to care. One leader hissed, "They want empire. They want revenge." So they planned an attack. A desperate, foolish attack. They gathered their last fleets and launched them at a neutral system under human protection. But when they arrived, something unexpected happened. Humanity was already waiting, not with weapons raised, not with a large force, just one colossal ship, the human flagship Saul's Wrath. Standing alone like a mountain made of steel. The enemy fleet opened fire. Hundreds of energy beams filled the sky. None of them reached the human ship. A shimmering sphere of golden light appeared around it, absorbing every shot like drops of rain, hitting a calm ocean. Then the flagship opened a channel. The voice was quiet, calm, steady. "Your fight is not with us. Your fight is with your own pride." The enemy commander trembled. He realized the truth. Humanity could destroy them in seconds, but humanity chose not to. And that choice, that terrifying control, broke their resistance. The entire fleet surrendered. When news spread of this mercy, the galaxy changed again. Species that once feared humans now looked at them with respect. Planets that had suffered under old empires finally felt hope. The Council, for the first time in centuries, rebuilt its laws, this time with humans guiding the rules. A new code was written. All species are equal. All treaties must be honored. All life must be protected. Humanity enforced these laws, not with anger, but with strength and fairness. Commander Elaine Stone stood at the balcony of the Solar Fleet headquarters, watching the peaceful stars. Admiral Juno Cole joined her. "It's over," Cole said softly. "The galaxy is stable again." Stone nodded. "This is not victory," she said. "This is balance. This is the world we asked for thousands of times. Now they finally understand." Across the galaxy, statues were raised, not of human warriors, but of human diplomats, human scientists, human explorers, and the patience humanity carried for centuries. And every statue carried the same words: "Peace is our choice, but never mistake peace for weakness." From that day forward, no species ever forgot the moment humanity's patience broke, because when it broke, the entire galaxy changed forever.